Hi guys, I want to talk today a little bit about business to business writing. So if you work professionally as a writer, you're going to hear two different terms frequently. You're going to hear business to business writing and business to consumer writing. And they're two types of writing that the people who hire for writing jobs think are very, very different. But I don't think they're as different as they're always made out to be. So I want to describe the differences for you so you know how to approach them and also how you can get yourself hired for both of these types of jobs. So essentially, business to business writing is when you write for people who are within the industry you're writing from. A lot of times you'll see this written as B2B with the number two for the word two. So when you see B2B, don't panic and freak out. It just means business to business. And then for business to consumer, you'll see B numeral two letter C. So that's what those mean. Business to business would be if you were writing from a tech company like Microsoft or Amazon, you would be writing materials that go out to the people who also work in the tech community, maybe people who are vendors that sell products for them to other people in the tech industry. Or if you were, say, like what I do in healthcare, I write materials that are marketed to other healthcare practitioners. So some of my clients are people who employ very specialized, highly trained doctors, and they might market materials to general practitioners who sometimes need to refer patients when they get rare conditions or very serious conditions. So both need to be done. Business to consumer, on the other hand, are a lot of the marketing materials that we see walking around in our daily lives. When you turn on the TV, the commercial you see for Nike shoes or Tide cleaning products, that's marketed to just the general public. That's business to consumer. What you see on social media a lot of times is business to consumer. So it's important to know the difference. When people hire, if you see postings for writing jobs, a lot of times they'll ask for one or the other, the assumption being that you know how to do either business to business or business to consumer. There's a slight difference. There is a difference in how you target the writing. There's a lot more insider terms. It's going to be more serious when you write business to business. It might be a little bit looser as business to consumer writing, maybe friendlier. There's not going to be as much research needed for business to consumer. But if you're a writer with skill, you can adapt to do either style of writing. Just like you can adapt to take on the voice of a different client, you can adapt from business to business to business to consumer. So just know that if you are applying for a job, that you'll want to target yourself based upon what the employer or the agency is asking you to be. So to further highlight the difference between these two, I have quick little sample of what might be an introductory sentence for, say, a newsletter piece on stomach cancer. So the one on the top left here is what you might say to a business to consumer audience. You may look at the symptoms of stomach cancer and think, I felt that way last time I had a big project at work, or that's what happens to me when I'm dating someone new. So it's something that anybody could understand. There's nothing technical in there. And then the one in the lower right corner is something that would be written from physician audience to other physicians. About 27,000 cases of stomach cancer are diagnosed annually. The majority of cases are due to the Helicobacter pylori or H. pylori bacteria, which lives in the stomach. So we're getting right into very specific bacteria, names of specific conditions, a specific fact, and there's even a reference to a citation. So a lot of times when you do business to business, they'll want facts or citations in there. So you can see here, just real quickly, you can start to see some of the differences. So feel free to hit me up if you have any questions about these differences. The main point I really want to hit home is don't be intimidated by seeing these B2B, B2C terms, and don't feel like you have to pigeonhole yourself in one or the other. It's definitely a way you can target yourself as a writer if you want to specialize in one of these fields, but the people who hire writers are going to make you feel, they don't try to do it, but they may make you feel like you have to specialize. And writers are very good at switching tones, switching voices, and you should be able to move back and forth as a writer. So don't buy into the belief that you can only do one style or the other. Okay, well, thank you guys. And again, please feel free to hit me up with any questions. All right, have a good day.